Let's talk about the yesterday news came out that the U.S. has decided that it's going to impose visa bans, and we have a story on ChannelOneNews.com. U.S. announces visa bans for individuals undermining Ghana's democracy. And it says here, the United States has introduced a new visa restriction policy aimed at protecting democratic processes in Ghana ahead of the country's December 7th, 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections. Now, this policy, announced by the U.S. Department of State, will impose visa restrictions on individuals found responsible for actions undermining Ghana's democracy. The restrictions specifically target those who engage in or are complicit in actions that disrupt democratic processes, such as manipulating or rigging the electoral process, using violence to intimidate or prevent individuals from exercising their rights, or attempting to sway the election outcome through coercive means. The restrictions may also extend to close family members of those found culpable. This policy underscores U.S. commitment to supporting Ghana's democratic legacy, noting that the country has achieved 3 decades of democratic elections with peaceful transfers of power between parties. By implementing this policy, the U.S. emphasizes its dedication to supporting the aspirations of Ghanaians for a peaceful, transparent, and credible electoral process that truly reflects the will of the people. According to the U.S. Department of State, the visa restrictions align with Section 212A3C of the U.S. Immigration and National Act, allowing the U.S. to impose restrictions on individuals linked to actions that could compromise democracy. The U.S. clarified that this policy is not directed at the Ghanaian people or the government of Ghana, but rather targets specific individuals who threaten Ghana's democratic integrity. Richard, I am quite fascinated by US's decision and their position. I mean, I don't know what you make of it.
Well, I think when you were reading the story, it tells you that their statement says
yes.
why what they are doing.
Yes.
Which then it aligns with certain sections of,
yes, of their act.
So
yeah.
they are just implementing something that they have in their books. So really, for me, it's they have to do it, and they are doing it. So yeah, and then it ends by saying that it's not targeted at the Ghanaian people, it's not targeted at the government and all that. Well, they are just implementing what they, and then if you look at the parameters with which they want to determine who to bar or not, so you want to, for them, they are looking at a peaceful and transparent election. Yeah. So if you want to use coercive means, if you want to enable rigging and all that. But it's fascinating though, they didn't name, but they say it's targeted at specific individuals. So it means that they know the people they are monitoring. And I will not be surprised. Maybe they are monitoring some people or organizations they think can have an impact on the elections, which might not make it peaceful, which might not make it fair, which might not make it transparent. And for that matter, they want to keep those people in check. And what do they have to do that? What do they have to do that? They have is access to their country,
which a lot of Ghanaians want to do.
Yes, access into their country, and probably some of the times, or you go and look into the people they are trying to monitor and all those things, they might have some investments back in the US. So then that is why the kind of thing they want to do would make impact, because if I don't have anything doing, they really wouldn't make impact. And I guess maybe they've looked through their radar and then realized that these are people who have something to do there. Because looking at the statement doesn't point to the fact that they are just throwing a wide net to see what will happen. The statement to me means that they already have identified people and organizations they are monitoring, but they want to send the word out there that this is what we have, so that if you are planning on that, you will know how to behave.
Check yourself.
Yes, check yourself.
What do you think?
Well, long before this, I a bird whispered to me that it was in the offing.
Okay.
Yeah, and that some of the reasons why the EC started softening its approach. Okay, let's have a live telecast of the NDC's concerns. Let's respond to them. Let's open the space. Okay, so that there had been some interaction, you know, between the diplomatic community and then the EC, and so that is, I mean, and so this thing coming, I mean, was
doesn't surprise you.
For me, it doesn't at all. It doesn't at all. However, why is it just the US that has issued a statement? Because, I mean, the people don't just go to the US. They go to UK as well. They go to France. And then they've started going to Maldives.
So we want the EU to also say something?
Yes, the EU should say something. ECOWAS should say something. AU should say something. Do you get it?
But we don't like going to West Africa.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Like
but they should just say something. Okay, just say something for whatever it's worth. Just say it and then leave it like that.
Well, if they are not monitoring, well,
is that?
If they are not monitoring, because like I said, it looks to me that the US have some specific people and organizations they are targeting.
Exactly. So then it comes in, the EC and then its officials and so on, because, I mean, the words used in there, rigging election, people who are manipulating,
preventing people from
exercising their rights and all that. For me, clearly, it's a communication even more directed towards EC officials more than any other.
Really?
Yes. But, I mean, in certain aspects, it's quite vague, okay? That you are monitoring some people. Who are they? Let's all monitor them together so that if I saw OJ doing something untoward or he saw me doing something, you know, that is not democratic, he could prompt the people that, you know something, like Dogbe is a threat to Ghana's democracy. You get what it is.
Okay.
And then, so then together we all know that, hey, we are on the same page. But if you are the only one monitoring, it becomes one way, you know, let's all do the monitoring.
But do you have the resources to monitor?
But I think,
how are you monitoring? Spying on them?
No. But I think, again, it's about, like OJ said, it's what they have on their books and something that they can use. So it's like, put your money where your mouth is. So you say, we would like Ghana to remain a beautiful democratic country, right? Yeah. So what can we do to contribute to that?
Yeah.
Well, we have something on our books. We can implement this and say anybody, including our persons, who attempt to mess this nice democracy that we and others are enjoying, we won't let you come to our country. And you know Ghanaians like to go to it.
In one breath, they said, oh, it's not politicians, it's not government, but people who...
They say it's not government
targeted at
or the Ghanaian people.
But who?
Specific individuals. So it could be Ghanaian. The person could be in Ghana, the person could be Ghanaian, the person could be a government, but
you know, for talking about relatives of people, see, those
I actually like the extension to relatives.
Yeah, those who will leave, they've left long ago.
They left long ago.
Oh yeah, those who will leave,
they have left.
Oh wait, why?
They are here.
Listen. Do you know most Ghanaian senior military officers don't have their children in this country?
Do I?
Yes.
I didn't know.
Do you know that most Ghanaian senior military officers don't have their children here?
I didn't know that.
Oh, they go there to visit them. They are schooling out there. Recently, one had an issue between his two children, where the boy stabbed the sister to death.
Yeah, there's an issue like
yes.
An incident like that. Yeah,
and she was brought down to be buried.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway,
so most Ghanaian military officers,
but that's one
it's a very critical thing.
Most? I don't know. I don't like the term most.
What do you like? Let me use the word.
No, I mean some. Yes, fine. But
I said most. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you very much.
Is that all?
Yes, that's it for today. Thank you very much. I want to say a big thank you to Larry Dogbe. He is the managing editor for the Herald newspaper, as well as Richard Mensah, who is the head of programs production at 97.3 CDFM.